Good morning. That one there I found last year. You guys remember that? This is what I've got so far this year, 23. The reason for this video is on the second, when I was out hunting the last hunt, I found something that was rather interesting that I didn't realize I had until I actually got it home and got it cleaned up. And I'll tell you the reason why that is because I found these two wadlow bases. That's what those are, wadlow bases. I don't know why you find a lot of those. Cause yeah, I got a bunch of them, and I find a lot of them continuously through the years. I've found a lot of them. I don't know if they leave that top on or undisturbed, or use it as a leverage on the point as they're making it, or something. But I do find a lot of those hanging around, and yeah, and they're the tops of a wadlow, which they could have made the point, and pop that top off the point, and that's just waste. But it could be broke, you never know. I've got all kinds of theories on that. They say wadlows are a preform, and north blades are a preform, and etc. so forth on down the line. But you know, this is just nobody knows for sure on any of this stuff. It's all speculation. If they're telling you, "Oh, this is it," and it's 100%, buddy, uh, don't even listen to those people because nothing's 100% in the artifact world. Nothing, zero. Uh, there's a lot of things that go by theory and stuff, uh, like this piece here I found. They're on the second of the month. Take a close look at that, baby. What do you think that is? Well, it's a broken point, Bruce. Yeah, that's right. It's a broken point, all right. It sure is. I'll tell you what it is. It's a broken Dalton. See the side notch right there at the top of the ear? It really hurt my feelings when I found that. Yeah, that was that day. Anyhow, and if you see these laying around, get a look at that. I've got a theory on those. I find those every site that I go to. I find these. And I'll tell you, they're the absolute perfect size to stick up inside of a deer leg bone or something like that to get the bone marrow out. And yeah, you can see that it's made like that. And like I was saying to you there a minute ago, I probably got a couple more duplicates laying here. But I picked those up. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I do pick those up, and because they are a tool. And I've got a couple other little toys here. Now, this piece here I'm going to show you is from last year, but there's a reason why I'm showing it. Finally, get yourself a good look at this. Now, nature doesn't duplicate itself. Not very often. Let's put it that way. Sometimes maybe, but not very often. Okay, you see that little deal right there? You think, oh, that's just waste, Bruce. That's junk. We throw them away. Well, yeah. Okay. What do we got here, guys? It's the freaking same thing. only it's a little bit smaller, and it's duplicated right there, both of them. I don't know what it's used for. I'm not going to claim what it's used for. I'd say it's as sharp as it is. It's some kind of cutting tool where they grabbed a hold of it like that. That's the handle right there, and they used that blade end for something. And this is made the same way. They broke that blade a little bit there, or I did, one of the two. I may have did that the other day. It's got a soft spot there in it, but still, that's the whole thing is the duplication of the point of the piece. You don't get duplicates in nature, like I was saying earlier there. Okay, at least not very often. Let's throw that in there just for the fun of it. But yeah, not very often do you get a duplicate like that. Okay, but here's the real purpose of this video. Uh, there's several purposes, but anyway, let's get it. Let's get this done here. Now, this is the piece I found the other day. I thought it was a big Wadlow base because it was covered in mud and everything. Let's get her up here, and you can see how it's worked there. That flat has never been broken. That's raw edge there. See how that's flat across there? And then you look at this side here and all that. Okay? Now then, I'm going to give you a big hint as what is this. Because I made this thing I've got in my hand right now. I made this back when I was in junior high school. That was many, many moons ago. Uh-huh. Yeah. Now you see how I made that? It's a fork, green wood. Of course, that cord there is a trout line. You know, you got to figure a 11, 10-year-old kid, you just use what you got. Nobody's telling you how to do something, so you just kind of toss it together there. But that's a little tomahawk. See? It's got a big old handle on it. Made it big. But anyway, I just show you some of my crazy brainchilds when I was a kid. But that is what that is right here. And what a beautiful piece, too. Look how they got that red around the edge there. That's just a fantastic piece. That's why I had to show it, man. This is just a awesome little tomahawk head, man. It's crazy. Now, see, it's not an axe. Did I call it an axe? No, I did not. I called it a tomahawk. This is a tomahawk right here. You can see it. I'm sure you can. And if you're finding big stuff like this and you're tossing it back down thinking it's just material, maybe I'm kind of opening up some people's eyes here a little bit on you're just throwing away a tomahawk or something that might be quite a bit of value. Because I think that these are quite a bit of value. Sure, they're chert. They're not hardstone. But see, tomahawks are not hardstone. Here we go again. People think, oh, it's got to be an axe or something. Well, no, they're not. They're not axes. They're tomahawks when you get them like that. This piece here, see that nasty old chert? One side there. That you turn it over, you got that. You got your nice little, this one here was set in there as a curve. See how the channel is for the stick to go in? And then the bit gives it completely away. A fine axe head bit there on this one. Yeah. Just because it's got cortex on it doesn't mean that it ain't an artifact. But that there is the main thing in the video right there. Is that tomahawk right there that I found on the second. And like I said, it was muddy, and you can see how they look whenever I pull them out. They're just muddy, and you can't really tell what you got, especially on a big one, until you get the mud all off of it. And that's what I had. As soon as I seen that red around the edge, it was like, oh my gosh, look at this thing. And here's another little toy I found. That's kind of a sweetie. You can see where they pecked that bowl area out and made that. But yeah, that's a nice little piece there. And it's out of a little bit of a hard stone piece. But yeah, you can see what I'm talking about there a little bit on things. And then there's another tool. You know, some of that big stuff, you don't realize what you got until you get it back to the house and clean it up. I've got a lot of stuff laying down there in the bottom that's kind of funky. This one here, I'm going to show you. Oh, that's a natural. Okay. Yep. Well, it would be a natural if it had the cortex still on it, which it don't because they ground it all off. I'm trying to get it in there. You can see the grinding marks. They're just little digs in it. See those digs right there? That's from them taking that cortex off that rock. And then they even dug in here and pulled it out around that. And then you turn it over. That's where I hit it with the doggone pitchfork. Or you'd see a great big bullseye there pretty well in that video. In this video, you'd see a bullseye. You could just barely see it right there. Now then, I'm going to go out on a limb on this one here. And this could be a discodial. I don't know for sure. They got some that's called biscuits and everything else. You know, there's not just one discodial. There's several different types. But I'd say this is probably in that kind. There you go. You can see the gouges in there now where they've dug that out. And that's not from being in a creek or nothing, because I found this. I dug this one up down the bottom. And yeah, it's showing a lot better there now. You can see where they dug around on that and made that. But I'm going to keep it. If anything, it's a neat looking rock, you know. Sorry, that's just kind of the way. If I find something neat, you know, that's where I'm at. Got a neat looking rock there. That's a rock with a hole in it. How about that? I'll tell you what. I'm just going to try something here. Let's put a black background. Now look at that, dude. Now tell me that isn't a complete tool. At first I thought, well, maybe it's broken, you know, because, I can't even grab a hold of it right. Because of that. Sure, they busted that off there because that's all they wanted of it. Or it could have had a little point on the other end of it. You know, I don't know. But if it is, I might have the point or I might find it yet. But I think that's really a complete piece right there because of this one. See how it, of course, this one had a point on it. That one has a business end on this end of it here where the red's at. That was used as probably nothing on the other end of that. But anyway, guys, that's just kind of what I wanted to show you a little bit of. And you all have been saying that you wanted to see brokes and all kinds of other stuff. Here's another little cutie patootie that you guys might want to check out. I'm sure that you find them. Ye old orange slice. Now, look at that edge on the top there. Microflaking. I have no idea, here again, I have no idea what they use these for. But as I said earlier, nature doesn't duplicate itself. Usually, okay. We always got to throw that in there. Usually, it doesn't. It don't. Usually, I find bunches of those, and I've been collecting them. I don't know what they're used for. I call them an orange slice because that's what it looks like. So anyway, but like I said, y'all want to see some of the stuff I pick up, and you're getting a real good idea of what I do pick up. I try to pick up anything that's worked. And actually, this isn't everything I've gotten so far this year, but it's pretty close. I've still got stuff out in the truck that I haven't cleaned up yet, which I might find a couple more things that are shockers to me when I do that. Here's this point I cleaned up the other day from the second. That baby's nice. It's got a little bit of stacking action on it, but she's still pretty nice. Side there's kind of crazy. But anyway, back to the future here. Here's another little thing here that's kind of crazy. It's a spoke shave, or a blade. Was it hafted or not? See, that's kind of a multi-purpose tool. And look at that great big one. There's just like it. Proof's in the pudding, guys. This is kind of a crazy piece there. Boy, she's got that big old blade right there and that point. But anyhow, that's what we got so far for this year. I think I got a couple points laying in the bedroom. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get off here. I don't know if I'm going to get out and hunt today or not. I imagine the creek's going to be up because we've had rain for the last couple of days. And it hasn't even been 24 hours yet since it was raining. So the creek's going to have to go back down. I can hunt the bank and pull stuff out of the bank, but I like to do it all at once if I can. And I just don't know yet if I'm going to get out today or not, but anyhow, just want to show you what all I had here before, this is the third month, so you got an idea of kind of the volume of stuff I go through. It's, like I said, this ain't quite all of it, but it's most of it. So anyway, thank you, Lord, again for all the finds. Man, I'll tell you what, he takes good care of me, don't he, guys? And thank you for watching. I hope I may have showed you a couple of things that might get your interest in picking some other things up besides just arrowheads, because tools were a very important part of the early man's lifestyle. You had to have tools or you couldn't make the arrowheads, You got to have the hammerstone, deer antlers, whatever. But everything they used back then, they'd be tools. So, hey guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a fine one. Bye.